Back on with another bit of truth breakdown here. Now we're gonna talk about some things here today. I'm gonna shed some light on this, new trend that they're pushing for the people not to travel to no country at all. And I already told you it's gonna come to a point where everybody have to stay where they belong, where they supposedly belonging in this side of the earth. They're gonna tell you you need to stay at your own country. And I'm gonna show you that agenda is going bigger and bigger as we progress. Now, they're telling you right here that a supposedly college student left from America, go to one of these islands, and now she missing. And it's not the first time you hear that. Almost every other year they give you one of these right here. You understand? So it's type of like they're trying to put fear in the masses' head that they're not supposed to go to these countries for vacationing or nothing. And I'm going to show you that agenda is going bigger as we progress in life. We're going to show you some things here. Just make it run. Listen.
A trip to paradise.
Yes, and that's the word they're going to use, paradise. Because where you're coming from wasn't paradise, but this island is paradise. What a dumb shit for the masses. Pay attention here. With this agenda, I told you already, it is a big agenda. And that's attached to the plane mishaps and everything, people. So you won't get to fly to these other countries. They're going to give you all these things in your mind to deteriorate you from wanting to take these vacationing. Pay attention in.
Turning into a waking nightmare.
Look at this.
As a sweeping search for a missing college student.
There you go, people. There go the missing college student. And I already told you, it's all agendas. Nothing real about it, but this is how they do it. And the masses right here. And like I say, every other year they bring you some American that gone missing on the islands. Pay attention here.
Intensifies. According to authorities,
Look at
this is the last known video
yes,
of
I know. The last known video gonna be foggy, people. It's not gonna be anything that you can identify on screen. But this is what they're gonna show you and tell you. This is the last time they've seen the person on camera. But we can't see that person on no damn camera from the footage that they show you, people. Where is the person? This is how they do it. They have this big sign on the screen said sin, and look at this right here. Foggy video, people. All you're gonna see and know what's going on here. Just so for your subconscious, for you to think that you see something. They didn't show you shit. Where is the person that gone missing? The person that you show us on the missing poster. Is that the person right here on screen? Come on, take a look.
The 20-year-old University of Pittsburgh student who vanished on a beach in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, so this is the Dominican Republic, people, and this is where this person gone missing. Listen to this right here and pay attention and tell me if you don't see agenda coming from this shit right here. Like I say, tied to the same, plane mishap and everything to stop you from traveling. They're gonna give you more of these right here. Remember, they just give you 2-3 tourists, leave and go to another country and all of them die in the same room. They don't even know what killed them yet. Pay attention.
Thursday.
The initial reaction to this case is there really foul play involved? Or is this just some tragic accident?
Listen.
Konanki disappeared while on a spring break trip with 5 female friends at the...
Hold on, people. So 5 female friends, meaning that it was 6 of them basically on that trip. You understand what's going on? It was 6 of them supposedly on the trip. And she's the one who gone missing.
Konanki disappeared while on a spring break trip with 5 female friends at this popular resort,
that
the
makes
Hotel
6.
Rio.
Okay.
Last seen on this
Look,
leaked
people, again, last seen, and you understand that it's bullshit. Wow, people. I don't understand, man. How could you show these people this footage? How could you show the masses this footage and you expect them to believe it? That's what I tell you. The masses is altered in the brain. That's the only way you're going to watch this and believe that something really happened. Are they really trying to show you somebody? And this footage, people, look at it. Unbelievable. Take a look.
TV footage.
Wow, they got this
Police
TV
now
footage.
reviewing that footage.
And they use the same 911 in that area, people, on that island. The same 911, people. The destruction number show up right there. That's what they use for the emergency as well, along with those pyramids on the side of the vehicle. Pay attention here.
Trying to piece together the moments leading up to Sodiksha's
bullshit,
mysterious disappearance. Officials say she was with her friends at a bar before heading to the beach around 4 a.m. The rest of the girls went back to the hotel around 5:55 a.m.
555, 555. That's your number 15. Give you back your number 6. But why is they showing this? I don't understand, people. What is this big sin on the screen? Why? They don't want you to see shit. That's what you need to understand. The whole thing is a setup. Nothing about it real, people. Why is they showing you this footage? Can you see something? Can you make out the supposedly missing female on there? Wow. Just like your Natalie Holloway, people. You remember that Natalie Holloway shit? That they claim that she went to one of these islands and come up missing, and they're talking about this rich man that his son was involved in it. This is the type of shit, people. Confusion. They're never gonna supposedly solve the case because it's made up shit for TV.
On CCTV returning to their rooms.
There you go.
But Konanki stayed behind with a man who
There
is
you go
not
again.
considered a suspect.
It's the same shit again, people. So they tell you that woman, the one that missing, stay behind with a man, and they say the man is not a suspect. It's the same shit with the Natalie Holloway shit, people. It's bullshit. Wake your ass up. Pay attention.
The man telling police they went into the water and got caught in a wave.
So there you go. That's how she died, but it's still a missing person. You hear that? The person that they tell you, person of interest, the person that they claim was with her, it's not a suspect. The person said, listen, they went into the water and that girl got caught in a wave. That means she drowned right there, people. That's what they're telling you. Almost the same fucking shit, people. Like I mentioned with that missing person from back in, I think it was early 2000. Natalie Holloway, people, is the same damn type of shit. They're giving you right here. They're giving you the same type of suspicion with a guy was hanging with her and all of this shit. All of it is fakery.
I would be looking for, if this were my case, is I need to understand the male person that was with her that night. Why he was there, where she met him, what conversations did they have, what was his intention.
Yes, you're gonna know all of that in the times to come. Like I said, they're setting it up, people, TV show style. Of course you need to know all that shit, but the police didn't know to ask the man all those supposedly questions that you think would have bust the case wide open. They did have him because he's the one who tell them that the girl was swept away by waves. Pay attention.
On the beach that night. And why did they go in the water?
It's bullshit,
and why didn't he go back and look for her if she didn't get out of the water?
Konanki's clothes were found on a beach bed, and officials say there was no sign of violence.
There you go, people. Her clothes was found, no sign of violence, but they're still not buying the fact that she drowned. You're not getting it, people. Why is it still an investigation? Why is it still open? If that's the case right there, they just want to give you these theories, people, because it's going to be a big bullshit for you. You're going to be the one supposed to be solving this fake shit. Right here they give you for news.
What do you believe happened to this college student?
Nosotros tenemos que esperar. Estamos esperando los resultados de las investigaciones.
They're waiting for the result of the investigation. What kind of investigation? It is stupid shit. Wow.
Levantamientos de las cámaras de videovigilancia.
Oh, you have surveillance? If it's the same kind of surveillance that you show us on the news, that every news company is showing, it won't get nobody nowhere. You're going to be right there in the same fucking rut. Because that camera footage shows you nothing that can be no investigation. It is bullshit. Watch.
A las personas que la acompañaban, entrevistas a testigos,
yes, and of course, witness hotel employees. Of course they did.
Esperamos concluir esa parte.
Police believe the two were intoxicated.
Listen.
The man telling police he fell asleep on a lounge chair after throwing up.
Wow.
Later seen on security cameras returning to the resort before
there you go,
9 a.m.
people. All of them shits, they have it on security camera. But when the woman died, that's the only thing they don't have on surveillance camera. So they show that the man leave the beach by himself without that girl. You see what I'm saying, people? It is a show. Why you think they can't show you a clear picture? Because you need to piece it together. Listen to this.
A family friend of the Konankis telling us that the young man has been cooperating.
When we walked to the beach
he
along with the boy,
to you.
and the boy helped us, and he was demoing us kind of like what really happened and where he was.
If that's the case, people, if they really want you to believe that that's what happened, why they don't got the body? Where is the body? Could have go, people? What happened? The wave taking it and bring it to sea? This is bullshit. Remember what happened with waves, people? The waves come smashing out in the shore. That's what the wave do. The wave don't bring shit back into the water. It actually pushing it on the shore. Okay, so if it's a wave, people, the body's supposed to end up back on the beach. Nobody dumb here. The wave gonna suck in and push back out. Okay, so where is the body gone? The wave take the body into deep sea? Don't be dumb, people. This is a dumb theory they're giving you right here. Like I say, it gonna be confusing and everything while they're supposed to be solving the case. It is stupidity, people, they give to you. It's confusion. None of it is real.
Spring break in full swing. Tens of thousands of students seeking the sun, flocking to hotspots like Punta Cana. So Diksha is a junior at the University of Pittsburgh. Family friends telling ABC News she hoped to go on to medical school. So Diksha's father, Sabaraidu Konanki, telling us he spoke to his daughter just hours before she went missing.
There you go, people. Of course, it's gonna be hours before she went missing. The dad talked to her. Like I say, people, it's a made-up story. Just like a TV show. Everything is close call. Everything is, oh yeah, we spot the camera, but we can't see what happened. All of this shit you're gonna get from it is a drama. Fake
going okay.
Look at it. You have a missing daughter for real?
She was really happy to have
and who is that beside
vacation with her friends.
And that nothing seemed out of the ordinary before her disappearance.
You hear that?
She was good.
See?
The next day she wanted to go for excursion.
They're painting a picture in the masses' head. That's why they tell you all that detail supposedly. It is bullshit, people. You need to wake your ass up. Like I say, it's part of the fear of these Americans leaving, going to different places, different countries. That's what they want to cut out. Because I already told you they have a dangerous time coming where everybody have to stay in their country, absorb anything that country have to offer. Move.
The fiery oil tanker collision off the coast of England. A container ship collided with a U.S. flag tanker. To the fiery oil tanker collision off the coast of England. A container ship collided with a U.S. flag tanker.
What's the odds, people, of two big boats like that colliding in the middle of the sea, people? The wide open sea. This is the dumbest shit in the world, people. Look at how wide the sea water is, people. And you still have two ships clashing with each other. Is that real? How would these two ships collide? In the middle of the ocean where you have all the space in the world, you still collide. They couldn't see? Is some blind people operating that shit? Pay attention here.
Crews are racing to contain the damage, and our Marcus Moore.
They're going to contain the damage?
With more.
Pay attention
morning,
here.
Oh, Michael, good morning. Overnight, rescuers suspended their desperate search for a missing sailor as we are seeing new images of the devastating aftermath of this collision.
Listen. Look at this right here, people. And look at that right there. Of course, it's an infernal. All fake they give the masses. Now pay attention to this right here that they're showing you. Claim that the two ships collide and you get this big fire right here on the sea. Remember, they tell you it's oil tankers. Oil tanker ships. So that means you're going to have oil spill and all. Pay attention here.
With clouds of black smoke rising into the air.
Take a look at it right there, people. Pay attention to what they're showing you. They're showing you in the middle right there, just black smoke on top of the water. And look at orange fire right there also on top of the water. There you go, over here as well. So this proves that a collision happened right here, people. This is a joke. Where is the boat? Where is the boats that collide? Oh, I forgot. It's so, dramatic. You see all this fire cover all the boats and anything that you're supposed to see. Where is the boats that collides? It's bullshit. Wake up your ass right here
spilling into the sea.
The truth. Where is the boat?
Authorities say around 10 a.m. Monday in the North Sea, a Portuguese cargo ship slammed into a U.S. oil tanker.
Look at that right there, people. Easy as that. It just slammed into it. Are you going to tell the masses it's on purpose? That it wasn't an accident? Because how would you have an accident like this in the middle of the water, people, where you have so many room, what you can't turn about. This is stupid shit for the masses.
Fuel for the military, while the cargo ship was carrying empty containers that had previously contained sodium cyanide, a dangerous...
Sodium cyanide? And where did you get that from, and where you going with it? Where is it you're going with that dioxide? Where you going with that shit? The cyanide. What you gonna do with it? Who you gonna feed that shit to? Wow.
Chemical that, if it came into contact with water, could create the highly toxic and deadly hydrogen cyanide gas.
You hear that, people? You can create the cyanide gas, basically, once it get to the water. You hear that? And I guess that's the exact reason why it happened. You get it? Because disaster is set up in this earth. It got the perfect ingredients. That's why when they tell you about this wildfire going on, they can just tell you, hey, look, the winds is 50 miles per hour and da-da-da-da, and dry condition, all perfect for a wildfire. Why this earth always perfectly set up for these disasters? You never understand why. Because it's all by design. It is hell you live in while they're giving you these events. Again.
Foggy conditions reported at the time of the collision. Yes, that's the reason. But investigators don't believe the crash was intentional.
You see that, people? They're talking about fog. They did never think it was intentional, but they're gonna blame fog, I guess. This is bullshit, people. This is 100% bullshit. You wanna tell me you have all these radars, all of these technology and all, and you still have two big old boat like that collide with each other? No, people, this is a fake shit for the dumb masses right here.
Investigation with all the technology that all these vessels have.
See?
There's no way it should have happened.
There you go, people. It just mentioned the same thing that I just said out my mouth. With all those technology, how the hell that happened, people? With two boats collide. They can't see each other. There's no sensor that could sense another boat right there in the water. That's unbelievable, people. With all these technology, no sensor on the boat, these big eye boat that have a lot of expensive shit on it, or a lot of, important stuff on it that the mass is gonna use supposedly. And there's no sensor on there to show the other captain that, hey, your boat is close. This is stupidity, people, 100% in.
Growing concerns over the impact to the environment.
Impact to the environment. They're doing it.
And this is still developing. That Portuguese cargo ship is still on fire this morning.
It's still on fire right now, people.
North Sea, while the American tanker, it is smoldering as officials here in the UK try to figure out how these two ships collide.
Of course, and it happens all the way in the UK, people. None of them have no tie to UK, but that's where it crashed. Like I tell you, people, this is what they're gonna give you worldwide. All of these mishaps and disasters. Move.
There is no end to the tariff war with Canada. President Trump is now taking aim at dairy and lumber imports. But
listen to this, people. Pay attention. Because I already told you it's gonna come to a time when everybody have to stay in their own country. Part of them right here developing this fake beef between America and Canada. Even with the UK. Do you see it, people? That's a plan. It's all staged. You don't get it or not. Remember, it's one world government control the whole thing. Every operation that you see them with, it's all planned, people. That's what you need to understand. All scripted and act out on you. So therefore, these peoples is not fighting, but it's for the agenda that I told you about. All of these countries gonna act like they have some kind of indifferences, so the peoples can't travel there. Take a look at this, where they're gonna start it out with the turf war, because the turf is this fakery. You have to understand, any country put any turf on goods that coming into their country, they actually put that turf on the people's hook, the consumer. That's what you need to understand. The consumer gonna face all the money that Donald Trump put on these turf. The public gonna have to pay it. Why would Mexico pay it for you? Why? The turf gonna end up being on the goods, people. Everybody know that with brain. You can't turf another country. You turf the citizen of your country, because they're gonna be the one end up with the result, which is more money, dig deeper in their pocket to pay for that same shit. So you can fire that turf shit all you want. You're just gonna look stupid. You can't cheer for that shit as an American, because it only gonna affect you. You need the goods. They're gonna jack up the price and all of those shits. Listen.
It's fighting back. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is in the capital of Ottawa tonight with the latest on the tumultuous trade war.
Take a look at the fake fight, people.
Tarika, those latest threats add to just mounting anger across this country, not directed at the American people so much as the American president.
You hear that, people? It's not you, the people, that they're mad at. It's the president. It's bullshit. The president never gonna be nothing physically. It's the masses, the people. You gotta be the one interacting with the Canadians in America, or the Canadians mingling with the This is what it gonna be, people. It's gonna come down to the regular people. Remember, the government themselves is not fighting. They're putting on a show so it can affect you. You don't get it. Listen to this.
With booze
and
boycotts.
Look at this. Boycott.
Canadians are voicing their displeasure with President Trump.
Take a look
They're
at
not
this.
amused by his punishing tariffs or aggressive taunts.
And they claim that the tariff is punishment, people. To who? They're punishing you, the American. What did I tell you from day one? Nobody understands. I already told you they assigned these fuckers in this particular side of the earth to destroy this side of the earth. Do you understand? Okay, so you see Donald Trump in America? What you think he dare to do? He dare to destroy America. So don't worry about him pumping up everything to make the economy go down. Do you understand? That's what they're going to tell you, people. They're going to mention recession and everything. With all of these moves that Donald Trump making, it just going to affect you, the regular people. Do you get it or not? You got to be the one buying the goods. Pay attention.
So I think Canada is going to be a very serious contender to be our 51st state.
There you go, people. Contender to be the 51st state. So they claim that America could also own Canada just to start an eruption. You don't get it or what, people? Just to start this beef between America and Canada. That's why Donald Trump said that. You don't understand, it's an operation. Remember, it's not coming from the Donald Trump himself. It's just the operation, people. He got a script. He's an actor on the world stage. Remember, he is an actor. It's an actor become president. It's a fucking actor still. It's an actor on the world stage. So what is they trying to do there, people? They're trying to get the people to hate each other in these countries. Like I say, people, when they finish with you, you're not going to be able to fly to no country. You're going to have to stay where you live or where you're at. Do you understand that? Because they're going to stop the whole wide world. Even make countries be enemies of other countries. Just because these people put these things in place, it's just going to affect the regular people. Watch.
Paul's chance in hell. In grocery stores, many Canadian consumers have become patriotic patrons.
I decided not to buy a couple of products in there today because they were from the U.S.
You hear that, people? They're not going to buy the product from the U.S. And then later on, you're going to see the U.S. doing the same thing. Say, okay, Canada don't want to sell our product. We're not going to sell the Canada product either. But hold on, people, is something going on there why these countries was exchanging goods to begin with. Why? Now you're talking about you getting milk and cheese and beef and these things from Canada. Why? You talk about all these farming in America, all of these good things that's supposed to be going on. You're spreading seeds all over the world. You can farm. You can help the rest of the world becomes farming countries and all. America. But you need all these things from Canada. Why? And why is Canada need liquor and these other things from America? What did I tell you? All of it is set up, people. All of it is set up shit. You hear me? What America producing supposedly that Canada not producing or vice versa. You understand what I'm saying here? But they set it up just like this for these countries to be in cahoots and give you a reason why they're in cahoots. Like, look, they have to exchange these food. They have to exchange these turf. They have to do these things. It is bullshit. 100% in. It's just to let the masses buy into these things. And now you can get this big agenda out of it. Like Canada and America is going to war. Why you think Trump is acting like they want to make Canada a part of America? To piss off the Canadians, the regular people. So there you can have a real beef come from it. You best understand. Listen.
Liquor stores, too. Anything American is cleared out.
American whiskey.
It's a big shift for a country that bought almost $350 billion in U.S. goods
You hear that,
last year.
people? $350 billion of U.S. goods Canadian buy. That's what they tell you. And in America, the same kind of shit as far as them buying the Canadian goods. How did that happen? What happened? Some things that they don't have, they trade in it. They ship to another country, and the other country ship some things that America don't want, America don't have here. No, people, it's bullshit. All of it's set up for all of these agendas that they have on the table.
The U.S. is also the top travel destination for Canadians.
There you go.
20.4 million visits
Number
in
6
2024
coding.
for work or vacation.
Work
and
or
some
vacation.
may be offloading their vacation homes.
Look at this right here.
I love going to the U.S. I spend a lot of.
Where did they find you from to give you this interview? Where they find you from to get your fucking opinion on TV? It's just fake with people. All of it is staged.
There.
But now you're curtailing that.
Yeah. Curtailing that the X right there.
All in direct response to what President Trump is up to.
See
Basically,
that? See that?
Yes.
Starting Monday, the Premier of Ontario is moving ahead with his own tariffs on electricity sold to millions of Americans south of the border.
You see that right there, people? All gonna be on you. Remember, none of these government people have to pay for shit. Keep it in mind, people. So now that you have this turf war for say, with America going against these countries, what gonna happen? They're gonna show you the result. They're gonna show you the aftermath. And guess what? It's only gonna hurt you. I don't want to tell you these things, but it's real. It only gonna reflect on the people themselves. You're talking about electricity now coming from Canada. Now they can supposedly hold that back. I'll give you some agenda with that because America, I guess, have to depend on them for that. You understand what I'm saying here, people? This is how they're gonna erupt the whole wide world. And don't worry about it. At the same time, the people themselves gonna hate each other from these other countries. You have to understand that's what they're setting up. So now the Americans will be feeling some kind of way to go to Canada, and the same thing with Canadians coming to America. Do you get it? This is what they wanted from day one, people. The countries to have some kind of differences, some fighting, and there you can get the agenda right there.
It's an economic war.
Economical war.
That he's declared on his closest friends.
It's declared
and for what reason?
There's change even in cafes.
Listen.
The owner of this Toronto spot joined the trend-sweeping coffee shops in Canada, renaming Americanos to Canadianos.
So you see it right there, people. Even some things that they used to have with the American name on it, they change it. You see that easily. They can just bring the world into destruction. What did I tell you? They can bring two countries in the verge of hating each other. Do you understand that or not, people? This is how they do it. You don't understand. All of these turf wars is to create friction against the countries. You don't get it, people. That's what the Donald Trump want. So these people in America will stay at bay. Don't go to Canada, and the Canadians won't come to America. That's exactly what they're doing. And you soon see it trigger all the way to England. Just prepare for it. All of it gonna come busting out right here in 2025.
In a land where hockey is king, they're dropping the gloves.
King. There you go.
On Saturday Night Live, Mike Myers mouthing the words elbows up twice. Even the
elbows
actor
up.
Classic Canadian beer commercials
Wow.
prized his role.
All of them is actors, people. They're here to give you the brainwash. Wow, they're here to let you buy the agenda.
As Joe Canada.
Plaid shirt. Wow, 51st is the number 6 coding. That's what you need to understand. And all of them is the same. They're running the mind games on the regular people.
For Canadians, it's no joke.
The excuse that he's giving for these Paris tariffs today of fentanyl is completely bogus. What he wants is to see a total collapse of the Canadian economy.
Remember, he also wants to collapse the American economy. You don't get it, people. Listen to me. This fucker that you see on screen, he responsible to crash the Canadian economy. And whoever they're gonna put in to replace him. Do you get it? The Donald Trump is here in America assigned to destroy the Americans. One day you're gonna understand what I'm saying right here. And never miss They assign these people for these particular countries to destroy the peoples in it. That's the reason why they're there. Listen.
Because that'll make it easier to annex us.
Ed O'Keefe joining us live now in Ottawa. Ed, tomorrow we know that Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, his time ends there. Who next is the President of the United States expected to deal with?
Yeah, so remember, Trudeau announced in January he'd be stepping down after nearly a decade, and tomorrow members of...
And don't worry about it, people. It's going to be the same war with Mexico. Remember, they already show you, supposedly these migrants coming to Mexico to come to America. That already have some Americans kind of skeptic about the Mexican government supposedly sending these migrants at their border. So you have to understand it's going to be a worldwide thing. You see the Ukraine shit and Donald Trump supposedly get into it with him, and then the European, take him in with open arms. Because that show you the division right there. That's what they have planned, people, and soon it's going to be worldwide. Bam.
Overnight, President Trump's tariffs are now in effect, and it's already provoking a response. This round puts a 25% tax on all aluminum imports worldwide.
So you understand what he just did, people? He just raised the price up in America on aluminum. Remember, he also signed some executive order about taking back the copper because they claim America was the #1 in getting all these medals and serving it up, and now they're behind. So they signed an executive order to take over copper. And now he's showing you, he's putting a 25% tariff on aluminum and steel. Something that the Americans need. Do you understand that or not? This is how they teach you to live in this earth. And now they're going to put these prices up. What do you think when you put 25% tariff on these things that coming in? That mean aluminum and steel gonna be more expensive. That mean the buildings that they use is steel, the aluminums for the windows and these sliding doors and these things that they use aluminum for, all gonna go up. The 25% is gonna go on the aluminum. So you see, when you go to the steel place and the aluminum place to buy it, the 25% gonna sit there like bam, right there in your face. Do you understand? You're gonna have a 25% increase. Did you know that or not? Remember, this is coming from another country. You can't put pressure on the country that actually bringing you these things that you need. Only thing they're gonna do is jack up the price on your ass. They're not gonna solve that problem for you. That means Mexico, whoever they get the aluminum from, not gonna say, okay, we're gonna pay that 25% out of our pocket. No, they're gonna add the 25% to the consumer. The consumer gonna have to pay that shit. Who's the consumer? You as an American. So what did the Donald Trump put the 25% tariff on for? Is to put the fucking pressure on you as an American. Because you go have to pay that 25%. 100%.
Until now, the president has targeted only Canada, Mexico, and China. Experts say those higher costs will likely be passed off to businesses and eventually onto you.
There you go. Bam. Why they take so long to tell you that? I was the first one to tell you because, like I say, it's common sense. We're full of it. Do you understand that? Common sense is what we breed here. So we know already if you tariff any goods, you're going to end up on the consumer to pay. Any amount you have, if you said it's 100% you raise it to, you just double the price for it for the Americans to buy. So how you going to come convince the dumb Americans that going to make them better? How? We know where these things come in. We know why it happens. It's to put pressure on the Americans. That's why they tell you the stock markets and everything taking a hit. That's why they tell you the economy take a hit. Do you get it? They're closer to a recession, as they call it, because of all of these tariffs. Now cost of living gonna get higher, and the people don't see it. They still cheering for these moves that the Donald Trump making. It's gonna cost you more to live here. With all the tariff he putting on other countries, it's gonna make it hard for you to live in America. Listen.
Could raise the price tag on billions of dollars worth of critical home building supplies, the roof, the siding, the steel, and also those appliances that would go inside.
It don't take a smart person to know that. Everybody just play dumb in these times, that's all.
Devices, soda and beer cans, car production, power lines, all of that could become more expensive because they're made with steel and aluminum.
There you go.
The U.S. imported more than $50 billion worth of steel and aluminum just in the last year.
There you go.
Now, the European Union responded to these tariffs with tariffs of their own.
There you
They're
go
announcing
again.
taxes on...
And that's another thing again, people. While, look, people, the tariff that the Donald Trump put on these countries is going to cost you more. And then they're going to tell you that they're also charging the Americans more tariff to bring in their goods. So they're going to rise up the price on their countries as well. So why these government people supposed to be fighting? Who's feeling the pain? Huh? Donald Trump punched that motherfucker from Canada in the mouth and you feel it? Huh? The Trudeau kicked Donald Trump in the ass with these tariffs and you're the one who feeling it? When you gonna wake up, people? It's not about them. They're inflicting the damage on the real people, the public. Remember, they're puppets on the world stage here to do the damage to you as regular people. That's what their job is and that's what they're doing. Of course, the whole wide world gonna be higher cost of living. The cost of living worldwide gonna boom, gonna step up. So worldwide, these fighting supposedly that they're putting on gonna just make it harder for the peoples to live. That's what they're doing. So you might sit there in America thinking, oh, they're just pressuring the Canadians so they pay more. No, the Canadians sitting there thinking the same thing. But later on, the cost of living gonna go up for you while these supposedly governments or your leaders is putting on these pressure on this other government over here. Who is feeling the pressure? It's just us, the people.
$1 billion worth of American goods. Those will go into effect on April 1st. All of this coming after another big sell-off on Wall Street.
Yeah, that's
with the
sell-off on
uncertainty
Wall
with this
Street.
trade war and concerns that we may be entering a recession.
There you go.
All of the major indices yesterday ended in the red. The Dow Jones down nearly 500 points.
And that's what they're going to show you. To show you the strength of America. They show you the Dow Jones, NASDAQ and all. That's what they show you. Holding up America. So you see when they're showing you the arrows point down in red, it shows that America is going down. That's what it shows. That's what they use to judge you and level you or measure you where you're at. The same stock market, that's what they use to measure you. So look what it say right there. Like I told you, it's a switch to show you where you're at. And they put it all down right there. What is they showing you right there? Yes, hard times coming. With all of these things that the Donald Trump doing and claim it gonna make you better, look what happened. It just making you worse. It putting you deeper into debt, putting you deeper into this situation where you can't afford life here. That's exactly what they plan.
Says his tariff plan will be worth it.
There's a renewed spirit, and also, very importantly, the tariffs are, they don't want to pay 25% or whatever it may be. It may go up higher.
It may go up higher. And like I say, whenever he say these things, they have people who agree with him. Like I say, if it's the regular people supposedly in the streets, believing what the Donald Trump say right there, 100% you're being altered in the brain. Something is definitely wrong with you. Why you can't see that this is a deception and it's going against you. None of it is for you. Listen.
The higher it goes, the more likely it is they're going to build. And ultimately, the biggest win is not the tariff. That's a big win. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
But the biggest win is if they move into our country and produce jobs.
While all U.S. futures are in the green this morning, you can see them here behind me. Asian shares ended mixed overnight. We'll get a better look at where these numbers will start to trend to once the opening bell goes off at 9:30.
Of course they know, and it's 9:30. Like I tell you, people, all of this is by design for the destruction of the people. Remember, it comes closer to the end times. While the people here sleeping, following all of these government agenda, it all coming to an end. Bam.
With
With the market suffering another significant slide days after President Trump would not rule out a possible recession, tonight the president with a different take.
Listen.
Do you think there will be a recession?
I don't see it at all.
You see, I don't see it at all. Of course, he can never see it. Just like you're having a government shutdown right now, they tell you, oh, we just put some things together and we come to an agreement to keep the government open for another month or two. That's all they're gonna give you, the same fucking shit every year, people. Every year the government threatens to shut down. The new improved Donald Trump is in power doing all of this shit, and the government still threatens to shut down. All of these chaos is going on in the midst of the savior supposedly coming in to put everything right. When you're going to understand that they're only here for the destruction, that's it. Anything else you have in your brain, you're going to be the one looking stupid. They're just here for the destruction.
This country's gonna
Nothing
boom.
else.
All of it
They're gonna
punctuating
boom.
another round of whiplash in President Trump's trade war with Canada. This morning, the president announcing he would double the tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel set to go into effect tomorrow.
Yes, because what they're trying to do, people, is raise up the price on aluminum and steel. So it's harder for you to build. They're going to build these tiny homes, these affordable homes as they call them, and that's how you're going to live. I'm talking about the people who living in a regular home right now, not homeless people, but the regular people who live in somewhere right now. They're going to end up in those boxes. The same shit with the Elon Musk building the small home and tell you it's affordable home and that's how you're going to live. That's why you see cost of living going up and they're stepping up the prices on materials that could build homes to make the homes more expensive. You can't afford it later on, no matter what kind of job you have. You see all the layoffs everywhere? The people's not going to have no job for the most part. They're going to come with job report and tell you, look, we got a strong job report here and there, but it's bullshit. Nobody going to have no job later on in the new world. That means you're going to have to depend on the government people more so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to you with your hands out. Do you get it? You can't help yourself later on in this world. Listen.
Retaliation after Canada slapped a 25% surcharge
What a joke.
on electricity going to 3 U.S. states.
You hear that?
If the United States...
Why is the United States taking electricity in 3 states from Canada? Why? Why, people? What is that about? Like I tell you, it's a Babylon system, and the way it's set up is for us to be destroyed in here by all the operation that they got in place.
I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
President Trump posting, can you imagine Canada stooping so low as to use electricity that so affects the life of innocent people?
You see, now we're gonna say that out his mouth about innocent people. Now that it comes to electricity, nobody wasn't innocent before when you supposedly talking all this shit that what you're gonna do to these other countries. And now they're showing you the other countries supposedly exercising what they can do in their power. And now you have the Donald Trump talking about they're stooping low. You see what it is, people? Like I say, it's only going to affect you. The stooping low, who it going to affect?
The bargaining chip and threat? Tonight, Ontario's leader backing down, saying he's suspending that electricity surcharge on the U.S.
You don't get it.
We have to stop the bleeding. We have to make sure we protect both countries. And as we're duking it out back and forth, China's laughing.
President Trump now scrapping his threat to double the tariffs on Canada.
You see that, people? They're playing with the masses. As you see him in the red tie now. A while ago, he's in the blue tie. What that show you? He's about the red and blue, the purple. Do you understand? Both of them, not just one. They want you to choose a side. They want to divide you up in sections so you won't be stronger against them. But they're all the same. Come from the same damn body of people. Whether they're red or blue, they are the same. The trickery is just on you.
President sharing those plans while promoting Teslas at the White House,
Listen,
one of which he says he'll
Tesla.
buy.
Said that is the coolest design.
Look at
A
this.
show of support for one of his most powerful advisors.
Look at this right here, powerful advisor. And don't worry about it. I was seeing this video that one of these ABC or one of them posts talking about some guy from I guess the Republic of Congo or something becomes a police officer in America, and that's a miracle. Oh, they break all odds. And who is this fagabat right there on screen? Where does he come from? They never tell you he's from America. He's from Africa. How did he get in American politics and fucking up the whole America? How would that happen? How would they allow that to happen? This is one of their puppets. It don't matter what grounds they tell you. He come from, he was one of the biggest puppets on the world stage alongside the Donald Trump. Both two sodomites and the masses running games. So you have to understand. So listen, the Elon Musk is an African, now running America. He from Africa, people, supposedly, and he runs America. The Tesla car that he put to the table is called American. How did that happen? Okay, you're going to get me in a minute. You're going to understand what I'm saying. The world is a big stage. How would these cars classify as American? They don't make in America. The fucker who they tell you put it together, not from America. The SpaceX and all that America take credit for, they tell you come from an African. Now he's in the White House, supposedly. Yes, almost having more power than the president, supposedly. Making these laws, digging up all of these shits, turning the fucking Americas upside down. And he's not American. And they show you this little boy right there riding with him. He's not his son, because this could be a bot right there, people. Like I say, they're not real humans. Not by a long shot. And they're fooling the regular people right here to buy into what they got going on, which is destruction.
Elon Musk, with Tesla stock plummeting nearly 50% since Inauguration Day, and police investigating a series of attacks on Tesla showrooms and vehicles.
You see that, people?
He shouldn't be penalized because he's a patriot. He's an incredible patriot. Some say
he's an incredible patriot. He's talking about the African right there, the Elon Musk, with the black hat saying, "Make America Great Again." It's the destruction, people. Remember, you're living in a backwards world. When was America great? They're running nothing but games on the people.
Domestic terrorists. I will do that. I'll do it. As for President Trump's tariffs, supporters say they level the playing field for American workers. In West Virginia, steelworker Mark Liptus leads the local union.
It's not going to save jobs. Listen. It's going to create jobs over time.
You see that, people? They're not going to create no fucking job. It's bullshit. And don't worry about the union. The union are always connected to the government. They're the one who gonna have you lose your damn job. And you have to understand, people. Like I told you, the next move is prisons. The prison's gonna be erupted because of the supposed CEO. They're gonna walk off the job. You hear me? They're gonna have those CEO walk off the job, people. First you see them protesting. We see that already. In some New York prison and some other prison, some other country, some other, city. But it's something that they're going to make a trend. And you're going to see these supposedly people walk off the job. And then you're going to see the chaos from the prisons. You best understand, people, the whole wide world is coming and crumble. It's coming to a screeching halt with all of these things that they put together. All of it is now colliding. And now you're getting the destruction, the result from it. It's happening right in front of your face now, and it's no way to deny it, people. So you see the destruction that Donald Trump and all these supposedly turf war and countries, all of these eruption is going to put more pressure on you as American and Canadians, Mexicans, or for any one of them peoples, for all that matters. All of them going to be in this shambles. The peoples themselves, not the leaders, as they call them. Yes, another mag, bam. I'm gone.